I'm still doing movies. So I freed myself from doing like, solo albums, but I still have movies and movie soundtracks, right? So I still get to create music. I just don't have to worry about trying to put out no solo album. I still go do my collaboration albums with artists that I always wanted to work with. But I started with the Leprechaun. I ended with the Leprechaun. And hey, man, say, man, they want to hear music from me. The King Light movie will be out December. And I'll be collaborating with whichever artists got their bread together and their mind together. And, I still do cameos, but I got what I wanted. All I wanted was one gold plaque. And I'm at 25 million albums sold worldwide.
God bless.
12 million ringtones. So, hey, man, say, man, I got what I needed out of it. I just wanted a real gold album. And
no doubt. Right.
T.I., now I've seen recently you said that pretty much you was willing to sit down and do like a simulcast podcast with that. Now, is it true that he actually came to Cloverland? I had a fight. I know it was a rumor, but I don't know how true it was.
Well, the good thing and the great thing about it, we sat and had a meeting with Jay Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
The agreement was he ain't gonna say nothing else about me. I ain't gonna say nothing else about him. So I don't want to say yay or nay. I'm gonna just say we moved past it. But the podcast part, yeah, we are gonna get on each other's podcasts and film simultaneously.
Dope.
Just talk. I don't know what all we go talk about, but the fans want to see it. Like a lot of people not cool, but we cordial. Like we cool. We ain't got no problems with each other. We ain't worked together or nothing like that. But it's people can have problems and talk about it and go their separate ways, and just because they don't work together. So, who knows what may happen after we have our sit down and talk about, our relationship and what we went through, man. So the fans and all the people that want to see, man, it's gonna happen, man. Very, very, very soon.
It's crazy. We seen T.I. and Jeezy talking about Jeezy piecing it up with Gucci, and it seems like all you guys are trying to even just whether it's going to happen or not. The conversation is starting to go around of making amends of the artists that we grew up watching and idolizing. How important is that for you guys as now men, grown men, to have that go down?
I think it's dope. I mean, like in life though, it's some things people can move past and there's some things they can't. You know what I mean? And everybody different, but I think it's dope when two people can just sit down and talk about it and really laugh about this shit. Like, man, you remember this, man?
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, man, but fuck that shit, man. You know what I mean? Our future look brighter than our past type shit. And that don't mean we got to go hang out with each other. At least we can have a conversation, man, and da-da-da-da. But some situations, somebody might not be in their head space. So, if they do get to talk, that'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? I respect all of them, man. And I fuck with all their music, man. And shit, that'll be dope.
I just think it's a blessed situation that you guys as men are able to have that. Because imagine if we could have had Biggie around and Tupac around to be able to say, let's let that bygones be bygones. Fuck that. Let the fans would and the culture would need something like that. We weren't able to see that. So it's dope to see you guys at least having that conversation and let bygones be bygones. It's real dope.
I agree, bro. For real.
Definitely. I was gonna ask you about how do you feel about the South? I know they call Houston the real South, but Southern hip hop taking over the game, because about the time that you came on the scene officially, it was kind of making a transition. So how do you feel like 20 years later, like, yo, the South got it and they holding it, seems like, for the near future? How you feel about that?
I love what we bring to the table. My whole career, I always been the person that wanted to change the mind of how people view Southern hip hop, because down South rap a lot of times get, criticized for not having lyricists, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so like the first people from the South to really like start getting, buzz out there in New York was the Ghetto Boys and Scarface, right? And, I've heard stories and, they've told me stories, how it was, like the mountain they had to climb to get the real respect, like get real respect in New York, you know what I'm saying? And so like after Face, you know what I'm saying, came out, did what he did, I feel like, okay, man, I'm following in the footsteps of Face. So like, yeah, I can make This Is the Way We Bow, a club record, but then I can turn around and make a record for a lady Then the street music, that's me all day. If it was up to me, my 99% of my album would be just street shit. But at this point, it's like 70% of it be street shit. But like I just knew I had to be a dope storyteller. See, that's the thing about Face. Like he's a credible storyteller. Like, and I think that's dope. And he puts his emotion in his music. You know what I mean? Picks beats and like, so I knew following in the footsteps of Face and Jay Prince and what they built, I can't be like, I gotta let motherfuckers know we ain't just rapping about swangers, because a lot of people think it's just about swangers, candy paint our grills, ABC rap. So that's why when I came out there and got my deal, like I did shows in New York and all that before I got my deal, but like when I got my deal, I went out there and I'm like, man, okay, now I gotta really take over New York. I gotta let them know that I'm not the average down south rapper. I'm a lyricist. I grew up jamming Big L. Jadakiss is one of my favorite artists. Cam, Mace, like all that. Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, the whole, all that, man. Tribe, Black Sheep, all that. I grew up jamming all that shit. So my goal was not to just rap for Houston. So I said, if I'm gonna take over New York, I gotta go rap with who the hottest DJ. Okay, K Slay, Clue, boom, I'm coming up there. Flex, I'm coming up there. I'm doing freestyles. I'm on Clue album. I'm on K Slay album. Got a song with E40 on one of K Slay albums. I'm on one of Clue albums. Flex, I did some freestyles, performed at some of his car shows. I performed at the Tunnel before. I was in the Tunnel. You know what I'm saying? I went and did a lot of music with Cameron and Dipset. Like we had whole mixtapes together. Damn near, we got like 8 songs. Then I did Certified Gangsters with Jim Jones. I was on DJ Who Kid mixtapes with 50 and Buck and Banks and Yayo. Like I just knew I had to go out to New York and just let them know, doing Rap City, the Basement with Tigger. And it was just like, hey, I'm different from the rest of these cats from where I'm from. You know what I mean? I respect them and commend them all, but I'm really Flip Mayweather. Like I was born into this music. I ain't sworn into it. So it don't matter who you get in the mic ring with me on the track. I'm gonna say some witty shit that's gonna make you be like, God damn. I'm gonna display 4 to 5 different styles. And my punchlines, I'm just saying, man, a lot of these rappers, man, that get put on these lists, man, they don't be, I can't really name no punchlines that motherfuckers that made me say, oh my gosh, remember this bar? But if you go through all my mixtapes and albums, like for 7 days, 4 years ago, I did 7 days of Flip. Each day I dropped a mixtape on Dat Piff. I paid tribute to an artist that I loved every day. I rapped to all my favorite Wu-Tang beats. It's still up on Dat Piff. I rapped to my favorite Wu-Tang beats. I rapped to my favorite Outkast beats. I rapped to, I think, my favorite Dipset beats. I rapped to my favorite Devin the Dude beats. Who else did I pay a tribute to? A-Ball. I rapped to my favorite A-Ball MJG beats, and then I dropped something called Thuggin' in Public and some other shit. I dropped 7 mixtapes. So bottom line is, hey man, I'm underrated, but I ain't underpaid.
Talk about it. Definitely. Let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion coming out of Houston. How do you feel about the success that she's been having and representing Houston even now?
I'm actually proud of Meg. I'm proud of Meg, what she doing. I salute them. I'm proud of Carl, you know what I'm saying? Carl Crawford, 1501. Salute what they doing, and shit, I pray they keep on doing it, you know what I'm saying? Megan, keep doing your thing. Carl right now, he got Erica Banks, artist he promoting out of Dallas. She doing her thing. She dope too, man. So it's enough money for everybody, man. I'm proud of both of them, man. Keep doing, keep pushing, man. Keep repping for the H, man.
No doubt. Let's talk about the podcast real quick and the motivation for that, because you talked about you already had it in the works for about a year prior. So did you kind of already see where things were going, or was it like just a passion of yours to do that?
It was a passion for me to do it. Probably 2-3 years prior to a year ago. It was just like, I was like, I want to do one, but I didn't really think what I wanted to do. And then like a year ago, I came up with the name. Well, I came up with the name actually like 3 years ago, but a year ago I came up with the concept of what I want, what I want to be happening on the show and shit like that, because I don't want my shit to be like anybody else's. I don't want my shit to look like anybody else's. Like I'm always that person as an artist, as a human, as a king. When everybody else go left and right, I go straight.
Mm-hmm. Yo, who's Lil Flip's? I don't want to say top 5, but favorite 5 rappers. I was gonna limit it to Houston, but you were naming all these East Coast motherfuckers that I fuck with. So I'm curious, who's Lil Flip's top 5 or favorite 5?
Top 5 lyricists or top 5 just artists of all time? See, that be the thing with a lot of these people lists. Like, it will be 2 different lists for me. So that's what I'm saying. Top. What criteria are we talking about?